welcome to the end of a week. And we've had some record cold days, we've had some hot days, we had some really dry days. You know, none of us are getting any younger. And this is just a small video of encouragement to all of you, because things are different when we get older. Our minds tell us that we can do this and this and this, and then our bodies tell us something different. I think it's a really unique opportunity that I have is to share my life on YouTube. And in the last 7 years, you know, I've gotten older. You know, when you're in your 30s, you don't think about it as much. When you're in your 40s, you don't think about it as much. Then all of a sudden you turn 50. And then you turn 52. And 53, and now I'm 53, and you know, we're just not as young as we used to be. And I want to encourage you. You know, we think back all the things that we could do when we were younger. We had a list this long and we could get it done. And I find these days that I have a list this long, but I don't get it all done in the same day. And it took me a long time to accept my limitations. It took me a long time to accept the fact that I can't do it all at once anymore. And I realized that it is not always fun growing older, but yet there's some really good sides to growing older. I think my patience, I have a lot more patience. I never had patience before. I think I have more understanding. I think I have, my concept of life is so much different than it was when I was in my 20s. I think that when I got older, this last year especially, 2 years, but the last year especially, I stopped trying to be a perfectionist, even though I am not a perfectionist. But I grew up in a home where perfection was key, but just wasn't for me. You know, I've done a lot of heart-to-hearts these last 7 years, and I really don't know what to say anymore. I feel like I've said everything. I've been lately talking a lot about taking a step back in the simple life. I mentioned Amish living because to me that was just the epitome of a peaceful life. You know, some people don't agree with that, and that's okay. But I just really have focused on stopping and smelling the flowers. Literally stopping and smelling the flowers. When I was first married at age 17, money was really tight, and being the Mennonite wife, I wasn't given money. In other words, my husband took care of all the finances. He went with me everywhere. So I didn't have a pocket of money and I could just go away. You know, he was always took me. That's just how it was. And I remember enjoying the little things, the dandelions. I would pick the dandelions with my children. We would make beautiful flower arrangements. We would pick wild violets in the meadow. We would find meadow tea, which was a mint that grew wild on the homestead, on our farm. My husband was a farmer when we first were married. He grew up on a farm. And, you know, I have pretty flowers now. And I have prettier things now than what I had. But yet, I don't want to ever forget where I've come from and forget all the little things in life, the things that I enjoyed when I didn't have some of the nicer things. And I look back on those years and I think, wow, all the things that I could have done, you know, but I have to think about no regrets. And that I grew up with my children and I spent my time with my children. And now I'm a grandma to a teenager and a preteen. Where has the time gone? My children are in their 30s now. And so now we're at a different phase in our lives. For me, and a lot of you who watch my videos, I have all kinds of age groups that watch my videos. I thought it was all more women my age and older, but actually it's not. I do have quite a few young women that watch my videos. And I would tell all of you younger women, just enjoy each day and live in the moment. When I was first married, I would think of, oh, I can't wait till my children are older. They went to elementary school, but then I homeschooled them in their high school years. And I kept thinking, wouldn't it be nice for one day to have it all to myself, you know? All to myself. You know, I had 3 children in 3 years. So you know I had a diaper season for many years. And I kept thinking, oh, you know, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that and I'm gonna do this, and before you know it, they were married. And my nest got empty. So empty anymore because hubby retired. And then all of a sudden, I was thrown into this world I never knew because my husband, from the day I was married, he was a workaholic. He was always working. He was never home. And then I had to get used to him and learning all about him all over again. In fact, even more so, because when we were married, he worked a lot. And so I didn't really know him. Now I know him. We're the kind of relationship, though, that more we're together, the more we get along. So if I could tell you young girls and young guys out there, just enjoy the moment that you're in and stop and smell the flowers. Thank you for letting me just ramble a little bit what I'm thinking today. Take care, everyone. We'll see you guys again tomorrow.